Hi, welcome back to my dyslexic brain. I'm Claire, and yeah, welcome to the chaos. Right, so I've done 3-4 weeks in my hobonichi cousin. I almost didn't make this video, but I like to be real on my channel, and the struggle with the hobonichi has been real. I wanted to get rid of it after the third week. I was like, okay, there's got to be a better one out there. So the struggle's been real, but I thought I would bring you along and just show you what I have done. Also, I think I've struggled because, and I've looked in lots of places on the internet, and I can't find anyone who uses the hobonichi like I do. I don't journal in it. Journaling is not done in this. This is just for keeping me on track. So it's very messy. It's very crossed out. It is not aesthetically pleasing, and I don't like it at the moment. But next month is a new month, and I think I may have worked out how to use it. If you want to join me and come with me as I explain it, then please do, feel free. Might want to grab a coffee. Got no idea how long this will actually be. So yes, so I put my hobonichi in a cover, in a hobonichi weeks. This is a cousin, not a weeks cover, and the cover on cover has a slip here because a lot of the designs have a slip pocket, but not all of them do. So my one with the dandelions, now this is my wellness journal, so I do journal in this, and this has got a stology in it, which I can show you that one in another time, but it's in a hobonichi cousin thing. Now I know I'm slow on the uptake, but there might be somebody else out there like me who was like, it doesn't stay shut. No, that's because what you're meant to do, or can do till it gets too thick, is put your pens through and it stops it from opening. Yes, I know there will be people out there going, Claire, we already knew that. I didn't. So for anyone else like me who didn't know, that's what you do. So this is just the black and the blue cover, and all I've done is actually printed off a picture and just on white paper and stuck it in, and I can change that out as and when. Now the other thing, and again, I know you're all shouting at your screens, Claire, we already knew that. I didn't. When I started using this, it was, the book kept flopping out, and I was like, I can't take this. So I put it in the other side. Not only does it not flop around anymore, but my dingly dangly page marker bits work, sit better at the top. Yes, I know I'm slow on the uptake. So I've just added some, well, they're actually flags and things into the pockets. This is something I printed off and stuck in with some washi tape. I printed, no, I ink stamped those. What did I do? I printed this off and stuck it on a piece of vellum. This is my word of the year, and then my last video I put up, I actually showed me sat outside journaling with the birds tweeting, and that was actually the tree that was there. So I thought that went quite well with the grow. So that's there. My tracking, Not working great, but right. So this is an April start. So I tried back planning to see how it would go. I struggle with it all being the same colour, but I also struggle with black ink. So this was one way of doing it, but what I was finding is the bleed through and the ghosting. I can take the ghosting, but these are really quite coming through. So I had a big space here, so I stuck a PET tape flower that I got off of Amazon on there. So this is April, this is this month's, and as you can see, it's a mess. These are, I got off of Amazon. They're just PET tape flowers which have got a holographic to them. So that's May, and I did do a May setup. What's that? Now these were okay. I think I'm going to try a different pen next month. Now the real issue started, so this was my first week and I used my rollerball, my just biro. Now I've never ever used Tamori River paper before. This is the first time I've ever used it, and I've realised I'm quite a tactile person. I know from having done, I redated a a Happy Planner Classic for my friend, and I just stuck stickers and redid the dates, and I know I can't take the bumps and the ridges of the stickers through the paper. So this was my last spread that I did, but it's really, I can feel the pen on the paper, and I was really struggling with it. I think it was about here, if not here, I was like, don't want to use it anymore, because in the dailies now, these are a mess. I tipped in my thing and I stuck a few flowers on there. As I said, it's a mess. I'll save that for a second because I will talk you through this here. I messed up the first page and there wasn't the 31st of March, so I tipped in a page of Styology paper, and I'm using my biros and fountain pens, and it is starting to get, and then somebody said, oh, why don't you add some stickers in there when you finish on the blank pieces? So that's what I did there, but I can really feel it, and I was starting to really dislike the book, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So as I know the paper can be funny, I tested the stamps out here. I was a bit of watercolour, which actually, funny enough, did all right. But then I've been writing on the pens to see what comes through, because I can do the ghosting. I can't do the bleed through. So I've been testing my fountain pens to see. I'm looking at a new sewing machine, so that was what that was. But I also got a couple of new stickers, and I can't do normal stickers. The PET tape is okay because they don't ridge like those ones do. I know it's all in my brain. So I was going absolutely, I just need to get rid of it, I need to change it, I need to find another one, and I was really talking myself into a pickle, and I I went through, added some stickers in to try and, I don't know what I was trying to do, because I always end up looking and thinking, oh, I don't like the stickers, but I quite like these are quite nice. So I was like, okay, I think it was about here when it all started to go pear-shaped, and I was like, I don't like the feel, I don't like this, I don't like that. So okay, off I trundled onto YouTube, looked up some, and I was like, oh, I quite like the look of the Rosy Life planner. And then I was like, oh, but what about this one? And oh, what about that one? And I had to give myself a good talking to, because I'm not keeping this at the end of the year. This is going. My one I will keep, and any bits that I keep will live in, where is it? Is it gone? Hold on. This one. This is my main planner. This has all my sections in it. This has everything in it. So this will be staying. This will be going. So I was like, okay, what don't I like about it? So I went to that's actually going to work, so let's stick a few of those on there. I don't edit my videos, life's too short, and I'm not perfect, and I don't think anyone else's planning is, so you come along with me for the ride. You guys know where the fast forward is if you need to do it. Right, so I wrote myself, struggling with the hobonichi paper. I'm writing this on Steology paper, because this is the bit I had to clip in, because I wrote Monday on Tuesday. First day in the planner, and I already mess it up. So I'm really enjoying using my fountain pens on my Steology. And I will show you this, but I love this paper. Now, if I could have this set up with this paper, I'm laughing, but I haven't. So I was like, okay, Claire. So after I'd gone off and I did all the research, and I was like, oh, that's it. I'm going to hold on a sec. Let me just pause you. Okay, so in my wellness journal, I started looking up different planners. And as you can see, I mean, I've done some big writing, and that's what's bled through there. But I went through and I had a look, and I was like, okay, well, they're all on Tomoe River paper. I have just brought this book. So I came up with, so I either suck it up, draw a Steology to do it as I want to, or I pay postage. And part of the reason that I moved to this from this for now is I was over cutting up the page, because everything in here I've designed myself. So my weeklies and my dailies and everything, I was doing them all myself. And I just needed a break from the cutting out and everything. So I was like, let me do the hobonichi, because it's there. I don't want to journal in it. I just want to use it as a daily page. So I started off and I looked through all this. Sorry, my brain goes off into different angles and different tangents, so I do apologise. The joys of a neurodiverse brain. So I was like, okay, so I reached out to a planner friend, you know who you are, and I was like, I don't like the hobonichi. I don't rah rah rah. And she was like, we could try a different one. And then I was like, I could. But then I sat down and I did this and I looked at it and I was like, actually, I'm not keeping this at the end of the year. It's going in the bin. It's not for memory keeping. It's not for anything apart from to write my daily to-do lists on and make sure I don't miss appointments. And I don't have to worry about cutting it out, printing it, whatever. So in the end I won't, just stick with it. They all have Tamori River paper, so suck it up. You're not keeping the planner when you've finished with it, so why does it matter? Which actually, why does it matter? So then I was like, okay, so what am I going to do? So the dailies were the biggest problem, and yes, as you know, it is a mess, an absolute mess, but it keeps my life on track. So I was like, I don't like the biro, so let's go for fountain pen. So I went through and I tested out my fountain pens, and what I did was because as you all know, that's what a day looks like. So I did a setup where I'd drawn in these, and then I just basically added the purple flowers because I was like, I just need to do something. I need to just play with the planner. So this was a setup that you saw on my last setup video. So then I was like, okay, let's try and set up. I just sat on the sofa, which is why I haven't recorded it, and just try. So I drew in, didn't make it quite so formal or so thingy, and then I was also struggling with the stamps coming through, and I was like, what do I do? So I covered up that, and I put the Tuesday, which I'd made, but these are on sticky paper and I can feel them, and I think over time that's going to become really ridgy and bumpy, and then I will struggle with that. So I'd written Tuesday here, so I covered that up. So the other thing, so that was what I'd done on that one. So I then, as you can see, went through and did till the end of May. So I ended up drawing in all the boxes, but I don't like those. So then I was like, well, how do I stop having to write these out every day but still know whether they've been done? Because I'm very much, I have to see it to have it in my brain. So going to the weeklies every day, I might do it in the morning, but it doesn't mean throughout the day I'm looking at the weeklies. So I got a post-it note, and I mean, it's not perfect, I need to work on it, but I was like, actually I can write out a tracker on there, and then every day, so then I can have it on that page, and then I can move it and it's over, and I'm moving it so I'm aware of it. Otherwise I almost become blind to it, which is why writing these out every morning made me think about doing them. And I have noticed since I haven't been writing them, things have slipped through the cracks. So going forward, I'm going to set up slightly differently. I will do a May setup with you. I'm quite liking this. So I was like, okay, I can manage the dailies because now they're not feeling all bumpy and lumpy, because that was the other thing. Sorry, I'm all over the place, people, I do apologize. I am used to writing on 120 GSM, whatever it is, paper. So this then feels really cream, and I don't like cream. And not only that, I mean, the difference. So here, writing in biro doesn't make a difference, but on this it did. So that was something I struggled with, and I don't think in my head I'd realised how much thinner Tamori River paper is. So that was a problem, and the biro, as I've said. So yeah, basically I've gone, suck it up, Claire. All the others have Tamori River paper, so keep going, as I said in the other one. And you normally use 120 GSM or whatever it is paper. So suck it up, Claire, is basically what I came up with. Is it pretty? Nope. Is it functional? Yes, getting there. Now, so this was my last one I did set up, and then after I'd done the setup, I went through and found some purple flowers from the same as all the rest and put them in there. Then I set this one up, and I think part of the reason this isn't working for me is quite often my day starts at 3 AM. I wish I could sleep past 3, but unfortunately I wake up at 3 AM. So I've already done 2 hours before this even comes into play. So I was like, okay. I also found this wasn't necessarily working, but I should have also thought, hold on a minute, Claire. The Easter holidays. I struggle with the Easter holidays because there's no routine. My routine changes. Because the kids are off, everything changes. And I don't do well when I haven't got my routine. So I look for what can I change? What's thingy? So maybe I was also finding issue because I had no routine and I hadn't found a flow with this planner yet. So I was really, really struggling. And I've really had to think about it. So I then set up this one. And then I was like, actually, I don't want this here. So we are just pretending this week, because I'd already set it up. I set up 2 weeks and then I was like, oh, I don't know. So we're pretending this line isn't here. Doesn't exist. It's not there. We're just ignoring it. So I changed the times to start at 3 AM for next week. And go through till 10 PM. I mean, I'm normally asleep by 8, 9 o'clock, but I want to try and work on being up a bit later and not waking up so early. Unfortunately, I wake up before any of my alarms go off. This is what this week's going to look like. I'm going to try. So I haven't set up the 5th yet. So next week I'll bring you along to set up the 5th. But as you can see, look, see, it's just smudged. So I'm just going to have to put up with bleed through. Because I'd rather have bleed through than the feeling of the biro and all the bumpiness. Yes, I know, first world problems and bumpy paper, but we can only do what we can do, can't we? So I did order some more PET flowers because they're much thinner to the paper, so they're not going to build it up as quickly and make it bumpy. because I was just gonna stick a sticker along here, and then I thought, oh, that's gonna just mess it up, so we're just pretending that doesn't exist. So that's a quick flip, or a very long flip, through my Hobonichi cousin drama and my how I'm getting it to work for me. I'm quite looking forward to setting up May dailies. As you can see, I started them at 3 down to 9, but I might just add a 10 on the end there. And yeah, so my dailies are literally, I'm time blocking, but I'm not time blocking because I'm doing it as I do it. So in that case, we would go, what's the time now? 1:38. So I think I came out, oh, I had a nap. Then. And then I think I came out here, I'll put lunch, and then probably wanted to film video. So I literally do it as a running of my day. I can't write without turning it to the side. So, oh, look, I can tick that off. So that's how it goes, so that I can then look back and see what I've done, but also what I'm thinking I'm going to do for next the weeks, and I've started doing now, is more of a blocked out time. So probably then to then filmed video, because I will then have to upload it to YouTube. I don't edit my videos because I'm a mum of 6. Life's too short, and planning is what it is. I enjoy just sitting watching. I watch so many different planners with different planners to see what ideas I can take and run with, and just because it's somebody's using pockets, well, I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, I can't decide. I'm greedy. I've got a classic size, I have a big size, I have rings, I have styology, whatever. Yeah, so you know, I have all sorts in my system, and they all do slightly different things, and I'm just sorting one out to become a slightly different thing. So film video. So yeah, I don't edit my videos. People can come along, they're normally off on a tangent and whatever, but hey, life's a bit crazy like that, and mine is too. And the other thing that, you know, I suppose also gave me a dose of reality. This is a picture that says 1,000 words without saying anything. It might just look like a little boy, a young lad looking out over towards the sea. We went down to my mum and dad's house, and this is George, and he's got Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and he's very fastly losing the ability to actually walk. And we're very lucky that he has got to this age, but he had to stay in the lounge. Well, we had to help him into my mum and dad's house because he couldn't get up the step that was into their house. We took him a chair because his wheelchair won't get in the house, so we took him a big seat to sit on, and we took a camp bed because he had to sleep in the lounge because he can't get up the stairs anymore. So chances are we're not going to be able to go down to my mum and dad's anymore. Not with George anyway, and we can't leave George on his own. But we were there for a few days, and on the final night, he wanted to take himself, him and his next brother took himself down to the sea. I've got no idea what's going through his head, but that's quite possibly the last time he will ever come to go down to Kumartin. So yeah, it's a picture with says 1,000 words without saying any. And I was like, suck it up, Claire, it's a planner. It does what you need it to do. We need to get over, no, not we, I need to get over this. I always feel that my planners, because I don't do sticker sheets and I don't do all sorts of stuff, I don't know how to make it so that people can engage and things, because I'm 5 subscribers away from 200 subscribers, and I've been doing this for a year or so now, and it's my little bit of escape, but I also like to be real, and you know, planning can take a while, and I love stickers. I love the ones that are all stickered up and everything, but I just know I couldn't use them. I'd just be too overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm trying to find what people want, but I've got to be authentic to myself, and for me that's not editing the videos. I could edit the videos, I've got all the software, but then you're not seeing a real life whatever. Mistakes happen, people ramble, people cough. I can't add music as a background because I don't like watching videos that have sped up and then put music to the background. So I don't know, I put on all sorts and plan with whoever's talking, or I do all sorts. So for anyone who needs to hear this, you are amazing and your planner is working for you. You might have to tweak it, but we can all want more, we can all want whatever, and we just have to find what works for us. And if that's having 70 different planners, have 70 different planners. If only the one works for you, have the one. And I think my biggest one I'm trying to work on at the moment is, if it's messy, embrace it. It doesn't have to be Instagram worthy. My planners are used by me. I don't set up spreads just to showcase stickers. My writing is really bad. I am learning to embrace my handwriting. And you know, we've just got to embrace what we've got, which is really bad because I have done a spending spree and I shouldn't. trying to find the planner, the whatever, but I do it when I become overwhelmed, and it's not the planners, it's just my life. So I'm sticking with my hobonichi for at least May. I won't go to another bound book. If I'm going to use a bound book, it's going to be the hobonichi. But who's to say in April I won't be in rings, or back in my big happy planner, or back in my Traveller's TM. For me, swapping out my planner is part of the fun for me. But I have all of that. I don't need to replace a book that I've only just started with another one, because I have one that is perfectly good. I probably won't. If I stay in this, I will probably get a January start one. Depends on how it bulks up and things. If not, I might wait till the April. But I just want to say to everybody out there, your planners are amazing. And so are you. You know, we all have different walks to walk, different problems, different circumstances, and that's okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry I'm rambling. I just want to say it's okay. It's okay. If you want to change your planner, you change your planner. If you need to talk yourself off a ledge, drop me a line. We all need to do that sometimes, and actually, you know, not do the knee-jerk, I've got to change it, it's not working. Okay, what's not working? We could almost do with a set of questions that we need to ask ourselves before we change our planners. What are we, why are we doing it? What's not working? Can we change the setup slightly? So yeah, maybe drop some questions in the comments below. I'd love to talk to other planner people, because my friends here all think I'm nuts. Well, who's to say I'm not nuts, but that's beside the point. I would say my desk is tidy, but I've shoved it all out of the way so that I could record this, because again, I wasn't going to, but I want to be authentic, and I'm authentically me, and this was a struggle for me. I have really had to think about it, and yeah, that was how I'm going to tweak things. I'm going to change things up a bit, and we'll see where we go. So yeah, I suppose I should say goodbye, really. And I hope you all have a good day, a good weekend, whatever it is that when you're watching this, if you watch it. And thank you for staying till the end, if you managed to stay till the end. I really appreciate it. If you could like my channel, if you like the content, and subscribe would be amazing. But yeah, all right then. Thank you all so much. Bye.